everyone. We want to thank you for watching our little film, LARA and the Beat. First off, I want to apologize. There are some technical issues that we were told they're going to be fixed by tomorrow on the film. We do thank you for your patience, and we hope at least you enjoyed it. A lot of us put our hearts and our souls into making this possible. I want to thank our wonderful cast and crew. I mean, the film would have not been possible without them. It was a labor of love. Everybody really had to dig real deep to make it happen. I really wanted, this project was something that originated like 2 years ago. Actually to the date, it's about 2 years ago. I was in Nigeria. I was shooting television, and I got a call, to make a movie. And I've been friends with John-Arthur Ingram, who's my partner writer. We've been friends for about 8 years, and I was like, hey John, guess what? We got an opportunity to make a movie. It's not our genre of movie, but I think that's a great opportunity for us to actually make a feature and really do something that we don't usually do in our own way. And John was pretty much I think he was dealing with some stuff. It was at a retreat, and he just took on the gig, and I think he had to get a first draft ready in a week. So, wow. 7 days. So he went into manic mode. And I just wrote it on pure instinct. We got the first draft, and it was just pretty much like that. It was very, very fast paced, and even shooting the movie, we were pretty much using instinct to shoot it, because Nigeria wasn't the easiest place to make a picture. We get to certain locations, they rename. So we're shooting pretty much and creating on the go. Okay, this is the location, we got to do this, we got to do that, And that was pretty much how the movie happened. So it was a really great experience for all of us. Lots of tears, we shed making this movie. And then I want to give it up to our star. Lara herself, Seyi Shay, is here. Great story. This is Shay's first film. She's never acted before. And she took it around with it. So I always felt like she cheated me. She told me she never acted before, but I feel that she's probably taking acting lessons in doing this. I know, John, you have anything to say?
Thank you for spending your Saturday night with us, all 2 hours of it. We 7-8 years. Actually met at Cafe 101 in Hollywood, I remember. James, where'd he go? James, ha! They're a mutual friend right there, yeah. We worked together on some stuff. He had a short film that he wanted me to work on, and then Tosin wanted me to meet him, and we met up. Of course. It never ends. Then we started talking television. We realized we had the kind of same perspective on film, aesthetic, and we just had these jam sessions and developing pilots, features, and then 2 years ago he calls me up so we have a shot at making a feature together.
Right.
Like I said, it's not our genre, but challenge accepted. So I wouldn't recommend writing a first draft in 7 days. I did that while tutoring English. Thankfully, my boss let me use the office. Tutor students and then write. I'm word vomiting. Anyway, here we are. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming out this evening. You guys are amazing. It's such an honor to work on this kind of project. Such an honor to work with Tosin and Temi and the whole cast and crew in Nigeria. So for those of you that have never been to Nigeria and wondering what it's like, what it looks like, what's going on, that movie was a really good representation of, the contrast between the island and the mainland, which is, two different areas that we have in Lagos, kind of upper class and then lower class, when the sisters kind of got, reduced to, they lost everything. And yes, it's my first role. It was my first role, but I had so much fun working with everybody on the set and I learned so much from Tosin. He helped me a lot, especially through that crying scene where I had to regress to when I actually really did lose my mom. But he really helped me through some really awkward parts of the movie. But I loved every minute of it. I really did, and it was quite similar to a little bit. My friends are like, "Oh, but that's really you." Like some of it, right? I'm like, no, it's not. Lara is a little, she's a, no, not a little. Lara is a lot more, hyperactive. She's very, very spoiled. I think the similarity is that I'm a musician in real life. I'm an actual musician, and I'm probably a bit crazy, but I'm not like her at all, actually. So Tosin had to help me through that a lot. But Lara and Dara having being schooled in the UK and then moving back to Nigeria to have to take on such responsibility, and then losing their parents, and then but the film really talks about financial literacy and family and friendship, and it shows a lot of what really goes on in families, within families, unfortunately, in Nigeria and everywhere, and also within the music industry a little bit too. And so I am really proud to be a part of this project, because it's very, very, very true and very, very, it tells a really good story and has a good moral. And I hope you enjoyed it too. So thank you so much. God bless you.
I'm Temi Coker. I was one of the co-producers, and I was the first AD on this project. So I pretty much was there from the beginning to the end, and definitely saw a lot of tears from the cast and crew. So we really, just appreciate just the experience of watching this movie with you guys, because it was a labor of love. It was a very harsh schedule, but we pulled it out and we pulled it through. So we just really thank you guys for being here tonight.
I just wanted to say, no, I'm really not like Lara in real life, I promise you. I had to, who I was channeling? I was channeling Hillary from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Because she was my favorite character when I was little. And she's the only, I think she was the only kind of character that I thought, hey, I would like to act that kind of character. So I managed to do that in real life, and, so thank you. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. What was the quality that you saw in her which made you make the decision and say, that's the girl?
For first time I met Shay, I think she came in for a reason. It's not first time I met Shay, she came into the office in Nigeria, and she has a really busy schedule, so for her to come into the office was like, wow, you made it here. And I remember she read for Lara, right? And I was like, wow, okay, she does have something. And then I remember, we actually were at that point, okay, Shay has it. John was writing for Shay, and then I think Shay's schedule just went crazy. And she was traveling all over the world, and I was like, oh. And I think we're literally about to cast somebody else. I think there's a day before that we're about to cast somebody else. She flew back, and I'm like, well, I'm back for my role. And but she pretty much embodied, the journey of Lara, coming from somebody that has music background. She's considered a superstar, and being able to understand that world and pretty much how you can get lost in that world and lofty, the loftiness and the grandeur of that world, and then coming down to earth. I think she understood both sides. So I felt that she was able to carry this character and just go for the home run. So okay. I'm really grateful to work with her.
Oh, very good.
Yes, you can actually check out the soundtrack on Spotify, LARA and the Beat. It's as a Spotify channel, so you have all the music there. And I believe we're going to be releasing something, like an album on Apple, iTunes.
I just downloaded it.
There you go. So yeah, we have it on Apple iTunes. So yeah, check out the music. And there are some other things that are coming out. There's a book line that's actually launched, and there's a doll line and a clothing line based on Lara and Dara adventures. Whew.
Well, we were actually scheduled to shoot 32 days, but in actuality, we probably shot like 20 days because, we had locations falling out, and then, we had a huge cast, and it wasn't like typical productions where you would have like 3 main big names. Pretty much we had top billing all through for 32 people, and trying to manage their schedules was difficult. So sometimes we would be trying to, it was pretty much a relay. It was actually a marathon because you were constantly trying to rearrange schedules and make sure that it worked for everyone. But we shot over 20 days. Yes, grueling, pretty grueling. About 20 years. We were like, and then we had to fly in for our pickups. I think like about 2 days or 3 days. Yeah, 2-3 days of pickups.
Question again. For the writer, how did you, in 7 days, what did you do to approach putting this script together? How did you organize it, and what were your frustrations about it, and how many sheets of paper did you tear?
Wow. Honestly, when Tosin hit me up, it was Viola's story, right? And then, there was an original script, and then, Tosin came in and told me, like, hey, we're gonna do this. We actually had, like, the Skype meeting at the office I was tutoring at. And then, so we did our thing. Like, I don't think we would have been able to do this if we had not developed this creative trust. So, once we did our thing with the treatment, then I dove in, and honestly, it was instinct. Television was kind of where I wanted to be, so I'd already put myself through like this sort of rigorous, like self-imposed deadlines. So I approach it as if, I was in the writer's room, the showrunner says, hey, your episode's up, and this is the air date. So I dove into it, 7 days. I think the last weekend were like 45 pages, I got into a manic phase. One of the ways I like to start writing is getting 2 characters to talk so I can hear their voices, just dialogue back and forth. So we did that, and I sent it to them. They recorded a table read, and then sent it to me to listen to, and that helped a lot. And then when Shay was on board, I started listening to her music, listening to her interviews, and and then we relied on our process. Tosin sent me photos of locations, movies I can watch, and then I trusted him. He knew my writing style, and it's a collaborative process. You let the director fill it in, the actors fill in the rest.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, thank you.
Final question, right here. Okay. First of all, totally enjoyed the movie. Glad it was our pick for Courage Unity Center. But there's a scene in there where you showed these freeways in Nigeria, in Lagos. What part of Lagos was that? I've never seen
It was pretty. Yeah, like mostly the island. We had the freeways in Victoria Island, Ikoyi, and Lekki were the axis where we shot most of those freeway shots. So, I mean, it's changed a lot. They've done a lot. They're just like, it's really, really beautiful at night, the island. So, check it out. If you have a chance to go to Nigeria.
All right. Thank you.
All right, go ahead and give him another round of applause. Thank you. And then we go have you make sure that you turn your ballots into the volunteer outside.